Everyone loves their own birthplace, and we love our country of Burundi, but we did not love living there.
These refugees fled to America for safety. Now, they're flourishing as FarmHers.
These farmers were really looking for ground. There was a huge demand for this. We can take this 70 acres, break them up into parcels, and now we've given 9 families an opportunity to really grow their businesses.
FarmHer is all about the women, and not just any women, but the strong, smart, and capable women who are loving the land, caring for their communities, and feeding the people. This is FarmHer. There's a new kind of farm in Iowa, helping those without land become the FarmHers they were meant to be.
They worked so hard. They are out here organizing and designing how the farm itself is going to lay out.
Beuile and Evance are 2 of the 9 hand-selected to scale up.
Potatoes, onions, tomatoes, lenga-lenga, and African eggplant. That's what I brought to the market today.
Farming is a way of life for these 2. In their home country of Burundi, Africa, 90% of the population farms. But Burundi has suffered civil unrest since the 1970s and is one of the poorest, most densely populated countries in Africa.
When I was 8 years old, our parents said there was a civil war. We had no choice but to run because people were killing each other. We fled to the Democratic Republic of Congo, but in the Congo there was another war and we escaped to Rwanda, the neighboring country. In Rwanda, they had a genocide and we were forced again to flee from there to Tanzania.
In 2008, the conflict in Burundi had died out, and it was time for thousands of refugees to leave Tanzania.
They planned to close the camps and believed that peace had returned to Burundi. They asked us, "Do you believe it is peaceful enough for you to go back?" But we did not.
Soon after, 700 refugees, including Evance and Beuile, arrived in Iowa with no knowledge of the language or way of life.
When you leave your home, you are no longer familiar with any place. What is this? What is that? You don't even know how to ride the bus. It is really hard. This is not an easy situation. I wish I could speak English and talk to my customers, but I cannot.
Despite the challenges, Beuile and Evance made this their home. It was time to get back to farming, starting with the Global Greens farm.
I was farming on a 1/4 acre at Global Greens, but it was not quite enough space to farm all of the vegetables I need. The space was very limited.
Meanwhile, Sharon Krause called up her friend Gina Ross with an idea.
Sharon asked me to help her figure out a way to use her land for good.
This transition to In Harmony Farm really precipitated out of what do I want to happen to the farm after I'm gone? And all of these ideas started coming to mind.
The need in the community is for people who have land to provide access to that land to people who want to grow food.
It's really difficult to buy or lease 3 to 5 acres of tillable ground. There are so many individuals that are great farmers but don't have access to land, in particular in Iowa. So we are that connector for them.
Beuile and Evance jumped at the opportunity.
They came to us and said we had been selected to farm a larger plot of land with In Harmony. We were so happy, we jumped in the air. I applied last, but fortunately was selected first. I was so happy to move to a bigger piece of land. Now I can farm anything I want.
More acres meant more delicious food, including unique crops that became quite a hit.
They buy a lot. We never have leftovers. Our customers purchase everything we sell.
We also have quite a few of our farmers here today that are growing such unique foods that there are buyers coming in from as far as Texas and Minnesota and Arizona to take back truckloads of their produce. So for these farmers today, they're growing specialized enough produce that they're able to market.
The success doesn't stop there. Both Beuile and Evance have big plans for the future.
My hope for the future is to purchase land of my own or to rent a bigger space. For me, I wish someday to move to a village in the countryside and find 5 to 20 acres that I can manage on my own.
The really 10,000-foot goal is for us to find that final resting place for them after they graduate from us, so they can be completely independent. So we're working really closely with the Iowa Natural Heritage Foundation right now to create a small farm land access program.
Sharon and Gina plan to expand land opportunities for others as well, and Beuile and Evance are happy to give their endorsement.
Every night we pray for these people who have been kind enough to give us this opportunity to farm on their land, and everyone who has helped us to set up our farming operation. It was not easy to find the land, but they helped us. God bless them. If I were to meet them, I would thank them so much.
They are right here.
Beuile and Evance were forced to leave their homes for a strange land, but their connection to agriculture created a familiar way of life, allowing them to finally embrace their innate FarmHer spirit. This episode is brought to you by Nationwide, the #1 farm and ranch insurer in the U.S.